Dr. Dobson, like millions of Americans, I and many thousands in the Orthodox Jewish community are fans of you, a focus on the family, and your wonderful radio program, and the wonderful exemplary life you've led, and the leadership you provide to conservative, God-fearing people in this country. We appreciate the fact that you felt obligated at this stage to endorse Mike Huckabee, although he doesn't have much of a chance of becoming the next president of the United States. But you've agonized, and your moral compass does not allow you to compromise with the lesser of two evils. The fact that Senator McCain is a nominal pro-life person. He hasn't taken a leadership role in advocating pro-life. He's done just what he has to do to remain the senator of Arizona and be considered in the pro-life camp. The fact that Senator McCain has refused to vote for an amendment favoring the fact that marriage is between a man and a woman, the fact that Senator McCain has a very spotty record on dealing with the whole issue of the homosexual agenda and many other areas of concern have led you to make this moral decision for which we salute you. But we all know, Dr. Dobson, that come this November, chances are that Governor Huckabee will not be on the Republican ballot for president. The time to start the revolution is now. The first thing I would plead with you to consider joining us in our campaign for a pledge that people should pledge not to vote for a candidate that supports immoral agenda, whether that be abortion on demand, homosexual rights, homosexual marriage, liberalized attitude towards pornography. If millions of people under your leadership and people like Michael Savage on the radio and others are willing to be out, if you will, in the desert for the next 4 years if necessary, but millions of Americans will sign this pledge, Dr. Dobson, you and the conservative leadership will come back stronger than ever with tens of millions of votes in our pockets, in the pockets of righteousness. The Pope is coming to America and to New York and Washington at the end of April. If you were to join with the Pope, together with many other evangelical leaders, blacks, whites, Hispanics, Catholics, Jews, and we were to declare that we will sign a pledge not to vote for any immoral candidates, we might lose the next presidential election. We'll have to let God take charge of that. But we won't compromise with evil, and because of that, we'll come back stronger than ever. When evangelical leaders or others endorse a Rudolph Giuliani, when other conservative talk show hosts are willing to support a Giuliani and now talk a conservative game, they sort of betrayed us on the family values thing, which is the #1 issue. We can't have a conservative, God-blessed leader if he is not in favor of God's moral values. That's the beginning. That's the A of the ABCs of conservative leadership. And it's not enough for people to talk about pro-life without talking about pro-family. Pro-life is very important, but there's something that's equally or more important, and that's sexual morality. For when a person is led to deviance, whether of the heterosexual or homosexual type, then he is dead in this world and dead in the next world. An aborted baby is only killed in this world. It doesn't affect his eternal life. Those are the teachings of the rabbis of 2,000 years ago. And that's why it's so important, Dr. Dobson, at this very late stage, that we be willing to bite the bullet, and with your leadership and the leadership of others, if we could prevail upon Pope Benedict to stand with us and to issue a declaration nationally and internationally that we conservative, God, family-oriented, God-fearing people will no longer be taken for granted with the lesser of two evils, then believe me, we will produce a cadre of politicians who will stand up for family values without any nuances and without any shadings. God bless you. Godspeed, Dr. Dobson. And I hope that we can discuss this soon in person. You, I, many other religious leaders. And let's pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, prepare for our sojourn in the desert, and come back stronger than ever.